Hi everyone, welcome to R112. I'm your instructor, I-led, pronounced I-led. I'm not going to bore you by talking about myself, so instead what I've done is I provided a short bio for you to bore yourself with. You can read it down there to your left. So a little bit about the course. R112 is an introduction to digital technology and its application in the production of visual art. What you're going to learn in this class is how to develop your art skills while learning the current versions of Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and After Effects. What you'll find in this class is that you'll do better in the course if you have a strong interest in both the art and the technical. Now, please take a few minutes to watch the remainder of this video, which is essential to navigating the course. Okay, so this is your course website. The menu to access and jump to different parts of the website can be found here, and you can jump to different parts of the page. Or you can also just simply scroll down as we're doing here. And again, my bio can be found here. So you can just click on that and it'll pop up. Your syllabus can be found here. It has more in-depth information on the course and its objectives, the method of instruction, instructor expectations, missing assignment policies, method of evaluation, any supplies and materials, any books or reference texts. So please be sure to check it out for more details, but some of what is covered on the syllabus will also be in overview format on the website. So we'll go over and check some of that out. Now the schedule button right here, you'll probably find the most useful once the class is started, as it will jump you directly to the scheduled lessons areas of the page, which you'll use more frequently. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and scroll down. This is the content and grading section. There are 3 projects in the course. The first project is a digital illustration project that relates to the topic of food and will be executed in Illustrator. The second project is a movie poster executed based on a movie storyline you create and will be executed in Photoshop. And then the third project will be an animated logo sequence you will create in After Effects. Okay. Each one of these projects is worth 100 points each and is weighted as 25% of your grade. The other 100 points and 25% of your grade are for all the weekly homework assignments that are completed while working on all 3 projects collectively. Okay, so we have 100 points, 100 points, 100 points, 100 points, 400 points collectively. That's 25% of your grade, 25% of your grade, 25% of your grade, 25% of your grade for 100%. Now, if you want to look at the assignments, you can look here. And if you want to look at your grade book and look at the progress of your grade in class, you can look in here. Okay. And now all of these links below are links to some of the most important documents related to each assignment. So for example, if you click on the assignment sheet, it will pop up this assignment sheet. And this assignment sheet explains the project in depth. Okay. Now if we look at the grade sheet, the grade sheets will show you each area that will be evaluated and how the work is scored and graded for your particular project. Okay, so make sure and take a look at that. Then there's the design brief and self-evaluation. So this one downloaded as a Word document and you'll be able to type directly into it. And basically, this is where you tell us a little bit about your project and your process, your struggles, and then you're also given the opportunity to tell me how you think you did in terms of grade. Okay. And then other important supporting documentations readily available here are practice and project templates that you will need for the project. But please know that all of these links will be provided at the time that they are needed in the schedule. Now moving right along, student work. This is where examples of all 3 projects can be found, each in their corresponding heading. So for instance, this is project 1. If you want to look at the examples larger, you can click on them and then you can navigate through them by moving along in these arrows. When you're done, you can go ahead and click off and you'll see the other projects down below. Okay. Now this is the calendar. The calendar shows you visually when you have due dates in overview. Homework is assigned on Monday, so this is the first week of class. So for week 1, this is when your homework will be assigned, and then you have all of this time to look at videos here, and then your homework will be due on the following Monday. Okay, so it'll say due week 1 homework. Okay, so this is week 1. And office hours are currently held on Wednesday, so the sooner you can take a look at your lectures here, the better, so that you know whether you have a good understanding or not. Then you can get help on Wednesday if necessary during office hours, and then you still have enough time to complete your assignment, and then the homework is due on Monday. Okay, at least this is for this semester. You might notice that this changes in a different semester. Just go based on whatever is on your calendar. So if it starts on Tuesday and it's due on Tuesday, or whatever the case may be. Okay, you can also click on the agenda tab here, and it will give you agenda of due dates in list format. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the month view. Now this calendar is also linked through my Google Calendar, and also has the capacity to send you email reminders and other notification types if you add it through your Google account here. Okay. For more detailed instructions on how to add a Google Calendar and set notifications, you can watch a more thorough instructional video right here. Okay, now moving right along. Now the schedule, this area of the page is the one you'll use the most frequently. It has a week-by-week breakdown of all the lectures, the homework, and the projects we are working on in a particular week. It will specify the due dates and the times as well. Now make sure that you check your website for the most current date and time that something is due. Okay, each semester it may change, so just make sure you check out your website. Don't go based on what's listed on this video. Okay. All right, now here's a quick introduction to how you'll navigate this. When you start the class, you are in week 1, okay? Again, note that the date for that week will also be listed next to it, and this date will change depending on the semester that you're in, okay? So when you visit the first week, we'll go ahead and click on it. That will open up, and this video here will be a very short intro video of what we will cover that week, okay? As you scroll down, you'll be introduced to the lectures for that week, and notice you can either play the video here. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. It'll either play directly in here, or you can also choose to make it full screen and you can expand it here. Okay. Once you're in here, you may choose to either change the settings to where you improve the quality, so like you can watch it in HD, or if your streaming is kind of slow because of your internet, you can lower the quality so that it streams faster. Okay. You can also turn on subtitles, and then you can also just watch it directly in YouTube so that it opens up in its own window. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. All right, now if there's any important pertinent resources such as handouts and templates, written tutorials, or supporting videos, they'll be provided in links next to the videos. Okay, so make sure and take a look at those. And then lastly, you'll have the homework listed for that week. It will be in written format, okay? So they'll have the different parts. Sometimes there's several components to the homework. And then the video on the right here will show you step by step what you need to do to complete that. The due date will be specified below, and this will change again every semester, so make sure you look at the current one on your website. And a link to where to submit it will be provided here, so you can submit it in the correct assignment in Laulima Assignments. And if you click on it, it'll directly link you there. Right? I'm going to go ahead and close that. And you'll have the same thing repeating over Project 2 and Project 3. Okay. Now, working on your projects, we have 2 computer labs, COA 102 and COA 103, that are available for your use should you be unable to work on your own personal computer with the trials, as we'll discuss in just a bit. In these labs, you can work on computers. They have the required Adobe software, and the Macs have Skype installed on them. And you have access to scanners, printers, and the ability to check out cameras and other resources for this class, such as stylus tablets. Note that some of the items can only be checked out to majors, and some can only be checked out for use within the labs. If you plan to work on the labs, make sure to bring headphones to listen to lectures if you find it necessary. Okay? Please note that there's lab hours here. If you click on that, the lab hours will pop up. These are updated by the semester, so make sure you check out your link with current hours. Go ahead and close out of that. And then this lab tour here will provide you with a tour of the labs that will orient you more with the space and resources there. Okay, so go ahead and check that out. It's given by my peer, Rafael Lowe. Software. You have different options for how to work in the course. As we mentioned, 1, you can just work in the lab where you have all the software you need available to you. Or 2, the other option is you can purchase a monthly or yearly subscription from Adobe. Or the third option, which I'm going to focus on, is using the trials, which are really beneficial for the students since they allow you to use the software free of charge for 30 days as long as you have a computer capable of installing the software. Now, I've provided you with the links to the most current trials of Illustrator, Photoshop, and After Effects here, and also with installation instructions here. But again, please do not install them yet. Wait until I instruct you to do so in the appropriate week in the schedule, as they are trials and they will expire in 30 days from the day that you download and install. Okay, so for example, if we go to week 3 of the schedule, as part of your homework, you'll notice that it asks you to install the trial of Illustrator, okay? And it will directly link you to those trials and the installation instructions and whatnot, okay? Now, if you want to make sure that your computer is able to run software, you would click on the System Requirements link, and it would have a list of the different software. And if you select the software, say like Photoshop or Illustrator or After Effects, you can open it up and it would have all the requirements listed, and then you can compare it to your system, your computer settings. Okay. If you're not sure how to do that, your best bet is to call Adobe support, which can be found on the website adobe.com, and have them guide you through the process. Okay. But whatever you do, do not install the trials ahead of time as a method to check if they will work, because they will start running the trials and they will expire before you're done needing it. Okay. Now, one last and very important thing. If you choose this method of working on your computer by trials, or something should go wrong, like it turns out your trial expires prematurely, or your computer is told to run the trial, or something else goes wrong where you cannot work on your personal computer from home, whether it's a trial or on the subscription that you've purchased, you will be required to instead attend the labs to complete your work in a timely manner. Okay, so plan accordingly. If something goes wrong, the labs are there for your use. All right? Now, I've also provided you with these extra tutorials and help section here. It just links you to extra tutorials and resources that you might want to check out if the videos that I'm providing you isn't enough, or if you want to learn more. Okay. Now, turning in your work, assignments are assigned at the beginning of the week on Mondays, and they're due the following Monday by noon via Laulima assignments. Now, there is a grace period until midnight, but except for critique dates. Those critique dates are firm on the deadline and they're due by noon in order to give your peers ample time to be able to critique the work between noon and midnight later that night. So be courteous and be sure to submit those on time by noon. And I'll be sure to give you a reminder when that time comes. Late submissions. For late homework, submissions are docked 1 to 2 points depending on when they are turned in, but no late homework will be accepted after noon on Thursday. Okay? Late projects on major due dates like Project 1, Project 2, Project 3, those will be docked 1 full letter grade and will not be accepted after 2 weeks from the due date without consent of the instructor. Only compelling circumstances with valid documentation will be accepted. See the syllabus for more details. Also note that if you turn in late work, it will result in late grading of that particular assignment and late feedback, if any can be provided at that time. Your written feedback and grade is returned via Laulima assignments within 1 to 2 days for homework and within 1 to 2 weeks for major projects. You will receive an email notification to your UH email, so make sure that you change your forward settings if you're not using your UH email, as can be seen in the email video below. Now, to see your progress in the class thus far, you can also check out Gradebook. Now, for more detailed information on homework submission and receiving feedback, as well as checking Gradebook, please watch this video. All right. There are several methods for getting in touch with me. You can do email, phone, or Skype. The best method to reach me when you are struggling with homework or are in need of one-on-one software help is via Skype during Skype office hours listed. Notice these will change, so make sure that you check your website for current hours for this semester. Now, it's strongly suggested that you book a 15-minute appointment to see me during office hours via this Book Me Now option, okay? Now, if you want more instructions on how to download Skype and add me, ILED G, as a contact and book an appointment, watch this instructional video here. Now, if you just have a simple question, I can be reached via email at iled@hawaii.edu Or you could contact me via this form. It'll send to my email as well. And it will usually take me around 24 hours to respond, except for during weekends and holidays. So make sure that you change your forward settings if you're not using your UH email, as can be seen in the email video below. I can also be reached via my cell phone. This is my cell phone here. Just please call during normal business hours. Since I'm in California, it's a few hours later over here. Okay? If you do not reach me, leave a message and I'll return your call. Again, usually within 24 hours, excluding weekends and holidays. So I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay? All right, that pretty much summarizes how to navigate this course website. If you are unclear, please make sure to watch the corresponding video for more details as suggested. And if you still have questions, feel free to contact me. Aloha and hope we have a wonderful semester.